GM fam, we are back with the guys, the boys, Value Vibes Podcast, where we talk about Solana NFTs, the drama, the value, and the vibes. With your host Zircon, Solinvestor, and myself, talking about mints, talking about a lot of things with Claynosaurz. They literally just did a Rocky move. The monkeys are Catalina whales, Subber news, Tayo and Crypto Wasta's new art reveal with Wasta Core and lots of things. NFT taxes as well. NFT tax is an important one. What's going on? What's happening, Solinvest? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Dude, like this Claynosaurz thing.
I
I
know.
was literally staring at them for 7 minutes when they were at 25 sold. I was just staring at it for 7 minutes. And one of the friends who I trade with, he kept telling me to buy in beforehand. I was just staring at these things and I just never bought in. And like 7 hours later, they break above 30. And I'm just there like, well, that happened.
And we're definitely gonna talk about this in a minute. So it's great that you're doing well. Zircon, how are you doing?
I'm doing right fine, Phil. Just checking a few things. I have been on that same situation as Solinvestor in the past, where you are just thinking on buying something, and like a couple of hours later, start skyrocketing out of nowhere, and you say, "Why didn't I buy?" But it's just the
Yeah,
way it is. It always happen. If you haven't been in that situation yet, don't worry, you will be in that situation sometime in the future. But it's other than that, we have plenty of stuff to cover today. So happy to be here again.
for sure. I was in that same situation, but it was with experiments and Bet3 when they were doing this whole fusion thing. I was just looking at it, and it just started to move up. So that's when I was like, oh, hope is lost. But it's Claynosaurz is the big talk right now. I know Soul Investor, like that's one thing that you've been talking about for last week, and here we are. It moved up, I would say, tremendously compared to where the market's at overall, like the macro market in Solana. I mean, what is going on here, man? What's happening? They,
Dude, I wish I knew. Zircon? Sorry about that.
I mean, I just think there's what I think is happening is a lot of people are starting to figure out what Claynosaurz is and what they're doing compared to other projects. Because other projects we have art, we have lore like Liberty Square, we have utility like Subber, but all those are kind of like in their own, like, I would say realm, but hasn't really pushed it up. I think this whole animation studio really has finally got people wondering on where this thing could go as far as, like, a Disney aspect. I just feel like people are starting to click things around. I don't know. That's my own belief. So, Circle, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm
And then
this.
we'll come back to Soul Investor.
Yeah, I think the same. With Claynosaurz, what I think it's going on is that people didn't really know what the hell was going on with this. If it was just a brand or how far they can go, and it slowly is starting to get not the attention it needs, but people are starting to figure out how everything works on the Claynosaurz ecosystem, or where is it, or in which direction is it going. And I think once people start figuring it out, it will start making that snowball effect on Twitter, where people are just gonna, everyone will start getting up to date to what's going on with the Klaynos. And that's why, or one of the main reasons, why it's gonna start pumping with the time, just because
Yeah.
people will start to figure out what's really going on with the Clayno ecosystem.
And even this guy right here says, seems like folks are waking up to claims. So I mean, that's what I think. And these are all just just opinions. I mean,
Yeah.
Soul Investor. I mean, do you kind of have the same kind of thinking here?
Oh yeah. I'm really enjoying Claynosaurz, and I just think they're killing it on Twitter. They're absolutely killing it.
I like
Not
the
only the
memes they
posts they're
throw out.
making. Exactly, and they're not even throwing these out as posts. They're throwing it out as comments on other people's posts, and
Yeah.
it's super engaging. I really like how they're tackling the NFT space.
Yeah, like everywhere I go, like when I'm scrolling through Twitter, I like that you put that out there because what did I forgot what I saw today, but it's like one of those like generic memes, and then like they throw their own Clayno on top of it. But it's the fun. Oh, I remember what it was. It's that famous meme where the guy is like nodding his head, like he's sideways and just nodding his head, like the nod
Yeah.
look. The Clayno, they did the same thing. They put it out there. I mean, that's one thing, like small little things like that. So that's a good point.
Oh yeah, I think I think as soon as they start releasing, um, some form of utility, I think these things move. I am cautious though because I mean, look, I've got burnt by art projects in the past. Stuff like Degen Dojo I really took a big hit from projects like that. We saw Cats, which is around art and community, that didn't do too well. Mindfolk mooned before coming all the way back down. A little bit skeptic when it comes to art projects, but I do think that these guys are killing it on Twitter. I do think they have an A-star team. So, I mean, I'm looking at the space right now, and Lily's is currently doing okay, but Lily's is another one that Moon and isn't doing as great. But look, like I said, A-star team, they're killing it on Twitter, which shows me that they understand the Solana NFT space. And I do think if there's an art project in this space currently that does have the potential to do extremely well, I think it's Claynosaurz. I'll definitely be watching them on the next step.
Yeah. On the next step. Yeah, so like that's the other thing is I know we always talk about this. Always want a second Clayno, but I could never get it because I'm trying to get it at the right time, and obviously I'm not a whale, so I can't just like buy it. So my strategy right now is like I have a couple of Lunars. I'm hoping Lunars will pump, and then at a certain point I'll exit and I'll buy another Clayno at the right price.
I like how Phil says he's not a whale, yet he owns a DeGods, SMB, a huge back of Lunar. I don't know how many Kiki bursts he owned at one point. I don't know how many. You own half of the experiment collection at one point.
What I mean is like by soul. Like I don't collect soul, and because every time I have soul, I always buy something, and that's my problem. So I gotta control myself there. So I literally have 0 soul right now because I'm always buying. Because today I just bought a Lunar. So like that's my plan. That's my plan.
You need to stop buying these things. I don't know why you keep doing this. You just keep doubling down.
I like him. I like the Lunars. I mean, I like the guy. I mean, we could talk about him more. We could talk about him more, but
I mean, we said the same thing when Phil had like 40 Kiki verses and they bumped from like 0.4 to like 2 souls. So I get why Phil do these kind of things.
But he also did the same thing for zombies.
Yeah.
Zombies was a failure. Zombies was a failure.
Yeah, you see, King Leo knows what's up. King Leo knows what's up. Dude, how do I put this guy's comments on?
Shout out to King Leo coming here.
There we go.
What's going on, man? Hello. What's happening, man? What's going on? Thanks for the love. All right, so we also have something else coming out. We have some Subber news. Subber is basically coming out with this nice product, basically to where you can actually come and do this type of bot scam protection. So what this says is protecting projects and their legitimate holders and preventing abuse of whitelist process with a new set of tools. Subber regularly checks if entrants still hold the NFT or not. So basically, they have a way to where you have like the what you call them, the actual moderators can check if the whitelist people on another project, if they're actually holding their own NFT or not. They made it they found another issue and they solved it basically. And I just think I'm not really focused on what this tool is, but how fast they're moving. That's what's surprising me. And I do like this tool overall as well. So there you go. What do you think?
I don't fully understand this.
It's basically like okay, so let's say I have a monkey right now, and then I go get a whitelist for a project, and that project, they put me on Discord, whatever, and then I sell my monkey. Now I'm basically not a holder of the monkey, and I still have that whitelist, and then they can actually see if I'm not or if I am. That's basically what this tool is, from what I'm reading right here.
Brilliant. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a flipper. This hurts me.
Yeah, I was actually worried because like 3 weeks ago I noticed that you could actually do this, and the only way to avoid it was if mods realized that you weren't a holder anymore. But you could like, let's say, by experiment, participate on the raffle and wait till the raffle ended, and like 5 minutes after the raffle ended, just sell it.
You know what?
Keep it going.
Yeah. There was a couple projects that did that. I think what was one of them was called something. It starts with a W. It was from the Ooze and Maids collection. I forgot what it was called. Wade. Like if you bought a Wade, you had you were able to buy Ooze. People bought Wade, they sold it, yada yada. So I guess that's like an example what this will protect.
Oh, Phil,
Cool.
now that we're talking about Subber, I have a question. I'm not sure if you had time to look into this. I've personally spoken to a few founders that I don't want to name, but I want your opinion first. Which one do you prefer, Atlas or Subber?
So I haven't tried Atlas yet. I enjoy Subber because Subber is basically what I use in Discord, because that's like the only thing people are showing right now. So, but with Subber, I enjoy it. I like it and everything. I think I will try to use Atlas. I don't know if you tried it or if you've seen it yet, but I want to try it this week and see how it is. Because then I should actually, because that would definitely like tell me which one is going to be the better product. I mean, what do you think? Have you tried both?
Yeah, I've tried both. Atlas seems to have a few more features. It looks cleaner. But really, after speaking to a few founders, they've actually told me that they prefer Subber because Subber is just super simple. You know what I mean? It's easy to use. It's easy for them to set it up. It's easy to use. And one thing that was super important is that the Subber team apparently is extremely responsive, and they're very, very quick at sorting out any issues. Um, However, they did say that, look, it just depends on which one of these can get the most whitelists. I mean, if Atlas is getting whitelists that Subber isn't, founders got to prioritize their holders, and they would switch to Atlas. But I really don't see that happening. I don't see any project offering whitelist to Atlas but not offering whitelist to Subber, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. I think we talked about this. I think Subber will win this, in my opinion, because they already have that market share. And once you have that market share, as long as you can keep innovating, as long as your client base likes you, there's no reason to lose it. It's Atlas the one that needs to actually chase that market share.
It's interesting that you brought up the market share part, because and I say it's interesting because earlier I basically said that like that's the only thing I see on Discord. So just by you mentioning that basically means that at some point on Discord, if I see an Atlas button, then I'm gonna be like, oh snap. Like they're finally coming back, and they're finally coming with some, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'll keep that in mind.
I've seen it in 1 or 2 Discords. It's not
Okay.
nearly. Yeah, I mean, look, I've seen it in 1 or 2 Discords, but then I've seen Subber in like 30 others. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have maybe 5% of the market share. It's not very big.
Zircon, have you used any of these products?
No, not yet. I'm still waiting because most of the projects go for Subber anyway. I mean, I think even though there will be projects that trust on Blocksmith to to Atlas and use their product. I think most of them are gonna still use Subber anyway because it's the trendy tech that everyone is using. It's like when everyone was just using which one was I can't remember which one was the other whitelist manager that came after Mercury. I remember there was a whitelist manager that came out after Mercury and it started getting some attention and everyone just used that instead of Mercury. And then we went back to Mercury again. It's just we'll have to wait a little
it
bit
Soul
to see.
Decoder?
I think so, but I'm not
was,
quite
was that the
sure.
Soul Decoder of bot heads?
Oh, bot heads. Yeah. Bot heads.
Bot heads. Yeah, but bot heads wasn't as intuitive, and I think there's another one called Kings or something like that, and that one just had a really poor UI.
Now, in terms of
Subber is clean, man.
Yeah, in terms of UI, I think it's more competitive now with Subber and Atlas than it was with Mercury and all the other competition. The other products were really, really bad, but here it's like more leveled. I think at least in terms of interface and how everything works, because I don't want to say Blocksmith copied Subber, but it's really similar in terms of the UI.
You know what? I am going to say that, and it's one thing about Blocksmith Labs that is just now pissing me off. Look, here's the thing. Blocksmith Labs was like, these guys are innovators. You know what I mean? These are like the D-Gods builders. These guys, they're going to take this space. They're going to turn it into something else. They're going to be sort of the Apple of the Solana NFT space. I remember when they first came out, like that was people's thinking. But now, they their launchpad idea. Okay, that was even though that was a copy, they did put their own spin on it, and that was a little bit interesting.
I really like the Bifrost.
Yeah, however, once Tomb Raid started killing it, they created a raid-to-own platform. Basically just copying Tomb Raid, and they haven't been very successful at that. They saw Subber was killing it. They created the exact same tool. I mean, it just seems to me like Blocksmith Labs isn't innovating anymore, and it's more of just copying what other people are doing, but making it look cleaner.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about these guys anymore.
I'm gonna throw another punch here, but it's exactly the same thing that Magic Eden has been done the last 8 months. Just copying what everyone is doing and it's working properly and doing it the right way with a cool interface because they have the resources, but they're not innovating at all. They're just copying the products of the competition and adding them up to their own marketplace.
I disagree. I think the reward system is actually pretty cool. They did release Magic tickets, which was never a thing before. The only thing Magic Eden actually copied was the whitelist thing that they copied from Blocksmith Labs. But I don't know anything else that these guys have copied.
Yeah, they copied the Bifrost dynamic price for the launchpad. And there were small little features that they copied. It's not like that they actually take a whole product and put it on their website. But I noticed that they copied a couple of products. The dynamic price was one of the things. Well, the whitelist entry for whitelist claiming, they also copied from Mercury. You have to claim your whitelist there. But yeah. Other than that, that's what I think, at least on Mercury. But I really think I don't know what's going on Blocksmith. They always were trying to bring new things. That's what I like them at the most of them. And now, what's still the last new thing that they brought to the table? I don't remember anything.
Kind of interesting because Blocksmith Labs right now, it's at a 56 right now. Subber is at what is Subber right now at 3 Solana, 3
Solana.
3 Solana, and really the only difference of products is the whitelist, not the whitelist. I'm trying. What is there? What is different besides the art? the art is probably the main thing that's probably maybe driving the market cap of the Smiths. Maybe that's a stretch. Maybe. But I'm just trying to figure out what the difference is as far as like market cap between these two projects, because it seems like Subber is slowly catching up as far as being equally productive.
Yeah, maybe time. Blocksmith had been here forever, and Subber is how old? Like 6 months.
I think it's also
Yeah.
reputation.
Yeah, and reputation.
The
Brand.
developers from Blocksmith Labs, they were also the developers for DGods.
Right.
And that reputation does carry weight in the space. So
Yeah.
look, I'm still looking at Blocksmith Labs, by the way. I'm watching it bleed. I'm going to keep watching it bleed. And I'm pretty sure after about a month and a half, they're going to come out with something new. If they hit 40 Sol, I'm pretty sure they're going to hit 60 again. Can they hit 120? Look, a couple of months ago, I would say every time Blocksmith Labs bleeds, it's a buy because you're going to hit 120 again. But now I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'm not even going to buy these at 50 because it's just too risky. If these things fall to like 40, then I'll start considering because it could swing up to 60, 65. When it comes to Subber, I do think these are just generally undervalued. I don't know if attention or volume will come to them. I'd rather just let them bleed a little bit, just reduce my risk and then buy in.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting one. But all right, so
did they mention if they are going to change the art? Because even though I don't care much about the art, but seeing that there are all keys that look like alike, every single one of the 10K collection pisses me a little bit off. Not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they had art, I mean, this thing could probably be
Yeah.
like at 15 Solana or or somewhere there. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing that disturbs me the most. That they have like 3 assets on the whole collection, and that's it. It's like, I mean, you can do better.
And speaking about art, we have another project called The Monkeys. The Monkeys is basically one would call the project for Monkey DAO. And now that you guys mentioned art, I think it's a good transition. We have a monkey that has a tail and a monkey that has no tail. Which one do you prefer?
Tail.
Tail?
I just say I love this pixel art.
Whitelist is gonna be hard.
Yeah, I'm hoping you see this video. I'm hoping Phil is going to share this video in the Monkey DAO, and Zircon and I are going to get whitelist. Listen, if Phil does that, I want to make this clear. I love this art. I love pixel art. I'm a big fan.
Now, Zircon, unbiased view of the art, tail or no tail?
I prefer the tail. Yeah, I prefer the. I mean, it's cleaner without the tail, but I think with the tail, it's gonna be easier to make them really be different from one each other. If they are all like with one, if the body is that one, I think it's gonna be, unless they become really creative with the mythics and the legendaries, they're gonna be really similar to each other. And with the tail, I think you can work a little bit more. You have some more room to just work on the art, so every single monkey looks different.
They have worked on the art, and that's the crazy thing. It's like, this was, if you remember, this was the old art, right here, and it was more like blend. It was more dark, and they brought the shine on it more, right here and right here, and you could see such a big difference on the actual vibe around this thing now. I like that they responded. I don't think they watched this podcast, but maybe around they probably, like, saw the issues with the art. I mean, who knows? Maybe they did watch it, but the artist right here is named Twix. So just for you, Solinvestor, if you wanna if you want to hit him up and just be like, "What's up?" Just, I don't know, stalk him.
I love your art, Twix.
Yeah, but he's probably doing. I hear him typing, so maybe he's doing it. But anyways, we have some things going on as well. We have some other interesting project, and it's one of these weird ones that I find, and they could potentially be something. They could potentially be nothing. I know we've been here before.
Yeah.
This one is called 021 XYZ. And the way this one is basically thrown out, the way I found it was some people were following it. HGSO was following it. Solana Sweeper was following it. And kind of got me interested because I clicked it. Then I saw Jay Pegler. I saw Ellie, Cozy, and Hello. I don't think that's Zircon's favorite guy. But overall, it says it's an experimental ecosystem in the making powered by WebLin. So very secretive. Barely any followers, but a lot of mutual following.
Yeah.
So I think this is one that needs to be looked at to figure out what the hell this is. And they threw out this little thing right here, which, obviously I have no clue what it means. But maybe you guys are detectives and can find out what the hell is happening here. Again, this thing is called Weblin, who are making this, called Building Brands of Tomorrow, a Web3 venture studio and accelerator. And they've retweeted this. I find it curious. I don't know if you find this curious or if this is just a side garbage thing. Do you tell me?
It's really at this stage. It's really hard to just drive to a conclusion. They have like nothing yet, but we've seen it in the past. So it's just a matter of keeping the track of it in case it gets some extra traction. And if you follow them from like the early stages, it's way easier to get whitelisted for this kind of projects.
Yeah, I mean, right now I just think 991 followers. I don't know. A lot of people are following them at this level. Kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, Solinvestor, I don't know if you're a detective. I think you're a good detective in Solana. I don't know if you'll probably connect with anybody and know what's up here. I think it's something kind of big, honestly. Not too big, but like mid big, maybe medium big.
Send me the link. I'll ask around. But when you see these big names following a project that has less than 1,000 followers, they know something.
Yeah,
they know something we don't, and I know that for a fact. So there's definitely something going on.
I think so. I think so. I feel it, but we'll find out soon enough. We'll definitely find out. Now, all right. Now talking about whales. Here is a project called Catalina Whales. It basically, let's just say from like a really fast way to describe it, Catalina Whales was one of the first big projects coming out in Solana back in 2021. They threw out this cool art called, they look like whales, but funny whales. And there was a lot of influencers that were, behind their PFP, grew up with them, famous. They kind of lost their trend, I guess, in the middle of 2022 till now, and it looks like they're finally bringing out their name again. They're coming into Bitcoin, into ordinals, basically like NFTs, and they're coming out with this new project called what's it called? It's called something whales. I forgot what it was called. It was something weird, but Nakamoto whales. Nakamoto. So forever inscribed on the Bitcoin blockchain, they're expanding into Bitcoin, and they, right here you have the person basically speaking, the main dude saying, we're coming in, we're taking over. Well, they're not saying it, but just me paraphrasing. And I think it's actually pretty cool that they're expanding their name. They're expanding their brand into a different blockchain. They're going for the big dogs. Yeah, and looks cool.
I want to see how they play this one, because I don't know if you guys remember. I think Catalina Whales were the ones related to Bubble Goose Bowlers. Am I right?
Yeah.
And that didn't went well. So I want to see if they can actually make it work on Bitcoin, or it's just gonna be another bubble goose pump and dump. And well, let's see how it goes. Let's get some extra money.
It's funny you brought that up. Bubble Goose Ballers, man. Oh, I'm guessing they're still built because I remember Iron Carl. I think the thing was Iron Carl Jones was a Catalina whale guy, so he kind of like put the partnership between them. So I
Yeah.
don't think they really were like related to
No,
Bubble Goose
no.
Ballers.
It wasn't like a complete like huge to the gods, but kind of. And once I think once they didn't went well, they actually talked about the collab, and it was like they made a statement about that Bubble Goose Ballers wasn't part of the Carolina Whales brand. It was like just a collab.
I like that they're still going strong. What's going on, Solinvestor?
Phil, do you mind opening Soul Big Brain's Twitter?
Yeah.
Because he used to have Catalina Wales as his as part of his Twitter. It's Soul Big Brain.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Yeah,
right there. Boom.
there it is. There it is. Super interesting. Look, I don't know much about these guys. I'll definitely ask around. I know John held a bag. He's still holding a bag of Catalina whales, and he basically diamond handed throughout their run up. At one point, his bag's worth $3 million, and he wrote it back down.
Oh, John.
Yeah,
Let me.
he's on Twitter as well. He's on Twitter as well.
Yeah, I think John. Let's find John. Let's see what John.
It's
John's
GHN.
right.
It's GHN.
GH.
Sorry, GOHN. My bad. My bad.
Where is he? Oh,
Let me see if I can actually get him because I know him. I know I'm following him on Twitter.
yeah. I mean, he was in the show before. He talked to us. Great friends with Solinvestor. It was pretty cool. And hopefully he'll come back at some point as well. All right. So
this is the
oh, that was Jax.
The founder. Yeah, that was Jax. This is okay. I sent the link on the private chat. This is the founder of Cosmic Ape Crusaders. He's the same guy who bought a
the one-on-one tile guy.
Yeah, for about $130,000. And he owns over, he's the largest whale in Tier. But look, this dude's a millionaire. He doesn't really care about the 3 million. But it is interesting to watch. He's also the co-founder of D's Node. And the other day I checked out D's Node, and that was sitting on about 240 Solana flow price. Yeah, he's a co-founder of it. This is why I'm not fading Cosmic Ape Crusaders. I mean, dude, this guy's a savage.
Yeah, this is crazy. He's also very quiet.
He's really quiet. He's really quiet. He's not big on Twitter. He doesn't really hop on Twitter Spaces or VC. Yeah, okay. Now it's at what, 2,000? Yeah, 2,000 flow price now. The other day it was at 200. There's only one listed. Yeah, he's a co-founder of this project. This project's actually the strongest node on Solana. Like if you need a minting bot, there is no bot that hits harder than this one. It's literally the best on Solana. It minted over 100 OK bears.
And John owns Cosmic Apes.
And he owns Cosmic Apes, yeah.
I remember when this project came out, Cosmic Apes. Oh man, where are they? Where the hell are they?
Cosmic Ape Crusaders.
Crusaders. I don't know. Hopefully, I can find it. Cosmic Ape Crusaders.
They're Ape Crusader on Twitter.
Redirect.
There you go.
Here you go. Okay. Dang, I remember this project a long time ago. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're at this point holding a bag for free. I think we were flipping them pretty well between 0.8 and 2 Solana. So,
Yeah, I had this a long time ago.
oh yeah,
And
I'm actually going to double down on this project next month. I'm going to pick up a few more.
Yeah, they're sitting at
is
0.75, I think.
Yeah, they're super cheap.
0.74. Wow.
The only reason why I'm just not doing it right now is that, I mean, I'm liquid. I'm sitting on USDC, and I'm just waiting for something to hit the market so I can sweep up a bunch of other projects, flip those, and then pick up some more Cosmic Apes. But I'm still just watching these, and I'm holding a small bag for free at the moment.
So it just did a little small bump right now. I wonder what's going on. But interesting. But all right, cool. So all right, so we got something else to talk about. Something very sad. Solana Princess got banned on
Oh,
Twitter.
really?
Yeah. I don't know what happened to her, but it seems that she's no longer able to access. I just can't find her. Have you guys haven't seen her tweets, have you?
I haven't seen a tweet for
Here.
a long time. Now that I
Caution,
think
this
about
account
it.
is temporarily restricted. So I think okay, so I can still view her profile. I think it's because the giveaways, honestly. I think that all the giveaways that she did maybe just came back, just hit her back. I don't know. But that's the thing about doing giveaways. I think. I that's what I think. But
I have no
Yeah.
idea, but she was one of the largest liquidity providers in AMMs. And speaking about AMMs, they've been causing markets to crash pretty goddamn hard, especially on
yeah.
Ethereum, but also on Solana.
Yeah, what the hell's going on? I mean, if you look at the Tiesco right now, and you can see like volume 24-hour. I mean, you got Hadeswap right now, and you got Coral Cube AMM. I mean, Hadeswap's at 13. Elixir it's at 4%. This is it's just one of those things that just I never really seen coming. Honestly, if you really put all that combination together, it kind of just like overtakes Magic Eden. All these AMMs.
I
You
don't
got-
know. I mean, Tense is doing really well at the moment, but Hadeswap has been getting a lot of hate. And Hadeswap was what, third before? And it was really catching
Yeah.
up to Coral Cube. Now it's pretty far behind.
Now, speaking about Hadeswap, all right, NFT taxes. I started doing them today. I tried to basically I finished my NFT taxes. I used Netrunner. Shout out to Netrunner. Whoever needs to do the taxes, I enjoyed Netrunner. It actually helped me. Now it's not. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I do have one NFT. You need an NFT to actually use it, but it tremendously helped me. I had like 170 pages of transactions, so I fixed it. Yada yada. I hate taxes. Not in a bad way, but I hate NFT taxes. I hate all the staking stuff. And Hadeswap was difficult to use because I couldn't see any transactions on Hadeswap. So I feel like I have to go back on Magic Eden just because of that. I just something to throw out there.
Yeah, nothing actually records that transactions. I think what's this thing called? I think Hyperspace might, but if you want a little bit of a hack to the whole taxes thing, get a soul swipe. Get a soul swipe and link. So if you get a soul swipe, it sets up a bank account in the Caymans, and link your Phantom wallet. Link your Phantom wallet to basically that bank account, and trade on that wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall,
Suddenly you're basically trading when the account is linked to the Caymans where there's no taxes.
yeah, I know.
Not financial advice.
I'm in the US, so I have to do my NFT taxes. But Zircon, I mean, And
Yeah.
Argentina is kind of, I guess, a little bit of a different story.
NFTs as a thing, they're not actually checking them. They are just starting to get some. They let's say this. The first step to make you pay taxes is make you state that you have crypto assets. So they are starting with telling you have to tell the government you have how much of crypto assets you have, but you have to do it. So I have to say, yo, me, Zircon Sol, I have, let's say, 10K on Bitcoin, and I have to say it, but there's no way they can find out that I have that much amount. So it has to be of my goodwill and heart that I tell the government how many I have in crypto assets. So we're now in that stage, but we're not paying taxes either on crypto assets or on neither on NFTs.
Yeah. And
So are you telling the government?
No,
I guess that's Zircon.
because I don't have that much. No. I'm not telling my crypto assets are for myself.
Yeah, for the US, I mean, it's a different story. We have to do our taxes. We have the IRS that are watching everything, and please do your taxes if you're an American citizen. I mean, it's a world of 87,000 agents that are coming aboard within like the next 2 years. They just passed the bill, so I would say there's things like Netrunner, there's Coin Tracker, there's a lot of things coming out now. But I am removing some wallets from my Solana Phantom because it made it more complicated. So now I have like 4 wallets, going down from like 9 wallets to make it simple for next year. Yeah, because I was trading like I had like a staking wallet, I had a listing wallet, and I had a ledger wallet. I had like a burner. I had a bank wallet, which wasn't really a bank. And I just realized they made it more complicated. So I'm just like, screw this. I'm gonna just throw all in one. If this burner wallet, like, it gets hacked or whatever, I'm fine with it. I have a ledger wallet where I just dump my actual like big NFTs, and that's basically it. I try to make it a little bit more simple. So there you go.
Yeah, I do the same thing. 3 wallets: main wallet, burner wallet, and I have like another burner wallet, but I would only use that wallet if I'm doing weird things or sort of just trying to like burn NFTs or stuff like that, just so I don't actually burn other NFTs. But yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. Now, Zircon, do you have any last words on what else is going on in Solana or Bitcoin or the Catalina whales? What's going on, man?
No, I had just seen on Twitter that, I don't know if you guys remember, it was a game called Dookie Dash run by Yuga Labs for Bored Ape Yacht Club holders. And apparently the winner was a Fortnite champion called Mongrel. He's a guy, I think he's 20 years old, and he made the highest score and sold the actual key he received for $1.3 million. So pretty solid, for a 1,000 Ethereum. So
Wow.
goods on him. I mean, he actually may win the game, and after winning the game, he sold the key to let me see if I can find it here, to Adam Weitzman, which is a multimillionaire.
Oh, man, this game does look like fun. Anyways, I never played it, but I do wanna play it at some point. But yeah,
I've seen Easy play this game. This looks super cool.
Yeah, I did. I actually watched him play it, and I just sat there. I mean, I have no life, but this game does look cool. To Yuga Labs, I mean, what they're doing. I saw the guy, the CEO. He basically spilled out some little alpha, saying that he's, it's not really spilling out alpha, but he's employing more and more employees into the Yuga Labs company. So just you could see them growing. They're growing just by that fact. So
Wait,
Solinvestor, you got
are you guys actually playing this live?
no.
Oh, okay.
No, that was no.
Dude, I was going to say, like, you guys are really good. I thought maybe Zircon was playing.
No.
I do think these are the sort of games that can like get mass adoption within within the crypto space, and it's one of, it looks to me like one of those really fun mobile games that could do extremely well. Mind you, a lot of celebrities own both APR clubs, and they do have access to a ton of celebrities. Eminem did do a Metaverse concert for
with
Yuga
Snoop
Labs.
Dogg.
Yeah. So they release a fun game like
cringe,
this.
though.
I just think they were experimenting with stuff.
Yeah.
I just felt like they were a little
I
bit
think this
too
slaps.
old, but I don't know. It felt weird. Like they felt like felt like two 60-year-olds. I don't know. I just felt weird that whole show. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's more about the the sponsorship power, and
Yeah.
this is like the Metaverse thing. I agree. I think that's a little bit far out. We don't really know where that's going. Personally, I don't have as much confidence in the Metaverse. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. Don't really like I don't like the word Metaverse to begin with, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the right way
I know
to
what you're
go.
saying. Yeah, well, why don't you like it, Zircon?
Hmm?
The Metaverse.
I don't know. It's just, have you ever had that feeling where it's off of a person or a thing? It just doesn't fit in. That's me with the Metaverse world. I don't know if it's the amount of scams and stuff that have been going around with the Metaverse being the main concept of the Ponzi schemes or what, but I don't like the word Metaverse at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat because when I first got into crypto and NFTs, Metaverse was like the biggest thing for me. I was all in it, and I got into sand. I bought sand. I bought Decentraland, and I really thought we were gonna go into the Metaverse in like 5 years. So
Whoa.
obviously that didn't happen. And what I know you got some things you're about to say, Solinvestor, but I'm just explaining my past history of like how I've been burned through this whole Metaverse experience. And I just
I'm just upset that you're out here lying to the audience. So you're telling me you bought Decentraland Sandbox at the height of the Metaverse, and you still have enough money to get a DGOT, an SMB, and you claim you're not a whale.
I sold a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of Ethereum, to buy the gas, to buy SMB back.
You can afford Bitcoin?
At that time, before we went in the huge bear market. But yeah, that actually kind of helped me in a way, because if I would have never sold it, I would have just died even more, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah. I picture the Metaverse like, oh man, it's imagine sitting in a cinema for like 10 hours a day, but like just have that amplified. I feel like that's what the Metaverse is. It's just it's too much. It's too much. You know what I mean?
And I'm not even into crypto gaming. I mean, Zircon, I think you played crypto games before.
Yeah.
Is it really like PlayStation, Xbox? Is it on that level, or are these just like small like Super Mario games?
I'm gonna say, have you ever played like those games that are free on the internet, like on really shady websites? Well, that's crypto gaming compared to the actual AAA games that are around. At least on this stage, we have a few contestants there. We have Axie Infinity that has built a game that actually looks kind of nice, and that it's playable, and that it's not buggy, and you can actually earn crypto assets. But I would say 99% of the crypto games are either non-playable at all because you have to just click stuff and you don't do anything. You are not playing, or they are really really bad.
Can I just say, I think Aurori looks better than Pokemon.
I haven't played Aurori. I mean, can you play it? I don't think
I
it's
think you
out yet,
can.
is it?
I think you can play a demo. Yeah, I think you
I
can
saw
play
like a demo on some hacker house. But I mean,
Here's the
overall,
thing.
yeah, go for it.
I think that all of these games are still in beta. They all have at least 1.5 years of development left before they're
Yeah.
out of beta. And to me, that lines up perfectly with the bull market. I think the previous bull market was basically kicked off by DeFi. I think the next bull market will be kicked off by NFT gaming.
Yeah.
Uh,
The only ones that I'm really really hyped about are those I left on the chat. Illuvium is one. The other one is called Big Time. That are really really solid AAA games. You can check them if you want to, Phil.
yeah, Illuvium,
I
yeah.
don't think they are from Solana. I think Illuvium is from Ethereum, and Big Time I think it's on the Binance Smart Chain.
I had a Big Time. I had
Oh, really?
I had the capsule. I had like two of them mid rares. Back before, because this was on Ethereum days. I got into this. I got like the whitelist or something. I bought it. I sold it. And yeah, this one does look cool.
Yeah.
Illuvium does look cool as well. But again, like nothing's out yet. I mean, maybe Solinvestor does have a point that the next bull run, this could be an
Yeah.
NFT game world that will hype up at some point, but it's not. I don't think it's there yet, to be honest.
No.
That's just my opinion. I hate the staking token part of it because sometimes projects focus on that too much in the game. I just want them to focus on the games where the games are addicting and screw the token. The token is just a side thing, like a gem, like a Final Fantasy gem that like don't even worry about the price of it. Just I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah.
that should be the focus.
Yeah.
I have so I studied economics, and there's a fundamental issue with crypto gaming, and I've never heard a solid answer to it. And I think, well, a solid solution. I think because we don't have a solution, because I have looked around, I just haven't found one. But it's what we saw with Axie Infinity. Let's say a game comes out and it's super fun, it's super great to play, right? Uh, you start playing the game and you start earning the token. A lot of people start getting into it. The token price starts going up. In order to keep advancing in the game, so you can keep earning tokens, you got to use those tokens. But what happens when the price of the token is so high and the money you're making, it's like the trade-off doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
You're going to want to sell the token because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, money is more valuable than any game.
Right.
And that sort of paradox, I really don't know what the solution is, because you do want your token to go up in value, you do want your NFTs to go up in value, but at the same time, if they get to a certain point, it's just going to go down because
Yeah.
people sell it. So
Yeah.
I
I know
really
what you're
don't know what
saying
the
there.
solution is.
I know what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Like I think one project tried to solve that. They basically try to have, I forgot what to call it. It's an Ethereum. I got into it. I did a video for them to get whitelisted. I got whitelisted. I forgot what's it called, but
It worked. It
but
worked.
it worked. So they basically had a governance token that basically is like the outside portion of governing the game, and then they had like a inside in-game currency that basically is just for usage of utility, energy, and all that stuff. And somehow they made it try to work between those two things. And I don't know if it's gonna work. That's just one idea I heard, but
Yeah.
it's an interesting point you brought up.
I've seen that and on another game. I'm not saying it's not gonna work here, but it didn't work. The actual like in-game token and a governance token. I've seen it on Mirror Force, was called in the game from a company from Asia. I think it's called We Made the company, and it didn't work. They I think they have the game still running. And the thing I've been seeing that works like the best is what Big Time has implemented. That is, you don't have actually a token. What you do is you play the game and you get like NFT assets like swords, things like that. And the only earnings you get from the game are by selling the actual things like
Ah,
swords,
I,
weapons, shields, and that stuff.
I like
So
that.
that way, and those things you have to get them by making missions or by forging them inside the game. So you are actually not getting a token, you are getting value from your own hours of playing and improvement of your character.
I like that. Screw the token. I mean,
And
I like the NFT idea because
I
it's
mean,
almost like the Ready Player One uh type of like trading in a way, whereas like you don't have to pay taxes on every token. It's like just like the NFT, the the armor, the gun is the asset. I like
yeah.
that.
I need at least from what I have heard, the only thing you paid is actually the pass. You have to buy a pass to play the game, but once you have the pass, you can just grind it up and get your ROI from building stuff and selling it on the marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
should be
right.
interesting.
Yeah. All right. So last thing, Solinvestor's on his last words on the NFT market. I mean, what do you see here, Solinvestor? What's going on, man? Last words for the people.
Dude, I'm still waiting on a dip. Projects I'm looking to buy on a solid dip is Alpha Pharaohs, Immortals, and Pop.
Oh, Alpha Pharaohs Immortals. All right. Let me find that Alpha. Yeah, Alpha Pharaoh right now at 1244. They've been holding surprisingly.
Dude, it's so
That's
annoying.
crazy.
It's so annoying. I want the shit to dip so I can buy it. Sorry, Snooze, but I wanted to dip. I wanted to dip sub 10. I don't know if they're gonna let it happen. It's just not happening so far. But I wanted to dip so I can definitely buy it, buy back in. And Immortals, they've been producing solid rev share. I think they are slightly undervalued at around 10 Sol, but I do want to see them have a solid dip and possibly start teasing out another game. So
Yeah.
if those two things happen, I can see Immortal sort of climbing back up to somewhere in between 10 to 20. So hopefully they can really get a solid dip. Pop is another one I'm looking at. They just had their art reveal and they've held up really well.
Pop
The game
heads?
isn't out yet. It's just called Pop.
Pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's just called Pop with an exclamation mark. That's the one.
There you go.
Pop.
Yeah, so I missed the dip at 8. I wanted to get in at 6. They just didn't go that low. But this whole idea of PvP games, it's worked really really well for deal bots, and
Explain what PvP is.
it's
if
just
you
player
can.
versus players. So
Yeah.
previously we saw a bunch of gambling games, but
Like
it was
the
basically
Degen
you versus
Taxi?
an AI. I've never really looked into Degen Taxi. But yeah, basically it's a casino type game where you can play versus your friends, and I really really like that idea. So looking into Pop
Interesting.
as well, waiting for solid dips on these 3 projects. I'm going to ape into all 3 if we get a solid dip. Mind you, I am a trader, so I get in and out all the time. So just watching, just sitting on USDC. I'm actually hoping the crypto market dips maybe in the next week and a half.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think it depends more on CPI, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, some interesting ones you got going on there. I'm liking it. Some I mean for me, that I mean this is my own thing. I wouldn't suggest anyone following what I do. I've been burned before, but I'm still I bought a Lunar. I like my Lunars, and I bought another one. I mean, this has been a huge dip from 14. I held it from there, and I'm still holding it, and I'm buying more. And it's crazy. That's one of the last ones right now that's fell. Liberty Square has also collapsed, and they've gone down to 10.49. If it goes to 8, it's one that I might buy for mostly for a flip. It's not going to be a long-term hold here. And other than that, there's some big projects, but I'm not gonna get into them. I'm not gonna touch them. Danny's is another interesting one. Danny's is at 3.62. It's at its lowest right now. This one I think has potential. I mean, this guy who's building behind Danny's, he's been in other projects as well. He's helped build for other projects, and I think this is one just to look at, just for me personally. And we have and that's basically it. I mean, I haven't seen anything else. I mean, Netrunners could put. I think Netrunners is kind of over as far as like where usually before NFT tax season, it would probably do its pump. So you'll probably have to wait 9 months. But I mean, who knows? Unless they're building a lot more stuff, then that's a different story. I'm kind of surprised White Metaplex had a little jump going on right here. I wonder what's happening here. I had this project. I talked about this, the weird one, but other than that, I found my Toys R Us NFT. It's still in my wallet, and I'm kind of pissed because I was trying to sell this at 3, and I was telling you guys it was on live, basically saying like, you know, I bought one. I thought I sold it. I guess I never sold it. So I found it. So it's in there. It's dead. But other than that, Experiments has been one that I've been watching, and it's just one that I'm still watching. I'm still watching this one. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm watching Experiments as well. Toys R Us, I'm not really watching them anymore.
No.
No, they're struggling. They're struggling. But I am watching Experiments. If this thing drops down to like 1 soul for whatever reason, I'm bullish.
Zircon, you got one NFT that you're looking at before?
No, what I'm really surprised is on how projects that were really, really, really hyped on the last month are actually struggling to keep their prices, like Sujiko, Entrepreneurs. Let me see what else I'm seeing on that list, because I'm seeing a couple of them. Sujiko, Entrepreneurs, Mateys. All of these were like really, really, people were really bullish on them, and now they're struggling really hard.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the whole ecosystem is like, just look at the marketplace right now. It's at its lowest since November. That's also here the market volume sells as well. I mean, this is something I'm just watching what's going on. But anyways, overall, guys, thanks for watching. I know we kind of ended it at a sad note, but mint the like button. Comment below anything you want us to talk about. Make sure you follow our Twitters as well. We got Zircon, myself, Solinvestor. These are our Twitter handles below. And much love and peace. Laters.